welcome back. My most ethical angels of love and light. Of course, of course. Welcome back to my divine panel to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Today is going to be a little laid back in its offerings, and that is why I'm positioning myself like so. I feel like it's important to go with the flow and make an effort to check those anxieties out of the windows, those worries that cause impatience and just this overall feeling of being disgruntled. So I feel like I'm done with that. I'm over it. I'm over expending my days like I have unlimited wealth in that arena. So time to transition and convert the funds into something else. So, what were the cards? Where did I put? Oh, here. All right. So everything, we're gonna set the tone that everything happening is in my favor. Okay. That's the affirmation I'm gonna start with, and this is we'll see what this brings here because first card left side is the Eight of Swords in reversal. Psh, okay, Eight of Swords in reversal is telling me that I'm freed up. My inbox is freed up. It's open, it's flexible, etc. But that does not automatically imply that it is going to be any less discerning than it ought to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, this is not like the desperation card. That's what we are steering away from, okay? Even if it means like going off on a tangent, even if it means taking the scenic route, I am freed up, okay? I love it. I love it. There's no binds, there's no yeah, there's no bindings there on my receptivity side. So I am open. Fantastic. I love it. Okay. So what does this King of Pentacles got to do about it on the right side, on the manifesting side? Okay, King of Pentacles in reversal. It's again pointing to the let me put on my shoes so I can stay uber warm. Where are you? There you go. Yeah, so what does this King of Pentacles got to do with it? Well, the King of Pentacles is, we've talked about, a nature lover, you know? It's usually a conservationist, so therefore resourceful and, this is like, this is the Uber Eagle Scout. Yeah, the maturation of the Eagle Scout. So there's absolute follow through from within, within the growth process of the human experience in its masculine form. This is great because this is somebody who has not just a bucket list, but also a gratitude list. They have, this is an automatic winner. This is someone who starts off with, okay, not just the vibes of like, okay, winning an award. This is knowing that you have to also show up and take accountability for the presentation of such gratitude. And so instead of just, what do you call it? I mean, this could be a very selfish person, but this is going back to the root level, okay? So this is discovering the natural wonders with him. Okay, so I got tired of getting frustrated with this waiting game that feels more like the silent treatment. And where's my earrings? Okay, I'm just getting started here. Oh, frick. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just done with that. And I feel like it adds a lot of tension to anyone, any other party that's involved. And, when you get to this stage of like knowing how good you are, what you've already, like the work that you've already put in, and knowing that there's no issue with putting any additional work. It's addressing the multiple unknowns and therefore incurring a lot of frustration without the normal, I don't know. Obviously, it looks like I am destined to do great things and be this uber wonderful person, regardless of where I'm at. However, um, I'm, so the regimen is, I would say, a little bit more complex in its obstacle course. I feel like that. I feel like that. So I can't complain. But I think my alternative routes have to be a little bit more practical. Like, it doesn't, just because it's not exactly how I want to go about things, doesn't mean I'm on the doom list, you know. It could be on the waiting list, but it doesn't automatically mean that I have to take, like, the shittiest job ever. You know what I mean? I don't have to group myself into that category as an absolute reject. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Things are still up in the air. I want to relieve the tension on any party that's, within the decision-making process, because it doesn't help anything. So I have to let it go. I have to let it go. Like, shoot, just, go play outside and do my own thing. I have to keep myself very, very busy. And you know how they say, like, eyes on the prize, right? Well, those eyes have become very scrutinizing. just like my depth perception is just not quite calculating. Your eyes are bigger than your stomach kind of deal. I don't know. I don't freaking know. But it's I'd like to not veer in that direction. It automatically shits on the discovery mode process. So I'm here and I'm gonna figure this one out, okay? So however that looks, cool, because it's a means to the end. And let's go with that, okay? All right, so the King of Pentacles is discovering the natural wonders within. There's so much more to you. And it was such a wonderful discovery that, to be able to expand further the echelon energy. Because I refuse to let the worlds disappoint me. Any of these worlds disappoint me. Nope. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I feel as though those worlds understand me best because you are less recognized, identified, and therefore provided with less credibility. Therefore, the area of neglect compared to me giving them honorable mention and accolades is more than just different. So things will come through in its most magical way. And let's see, the whatever's happening is in my favor. So let's go with that. Okay. So okay, that one wanted to hop. What was it? It is the World card in reverse. This feels like not just the closing of chapter, but this is the allowance for it, my personal allowance. The world is motioning it in that direction. Now it's my formal stamp of approval, the final signature. you know, oh, you know what, you signed this document in its physical form. However, I don't know what happened on the last page. The sign me tab folded in, so we would just, that's as you can see here, there's just one more thing that you need to sign off on before moving forward. So as I was scrolling through my stuff and giving the self-improvement business arena, again, a sampling, I realized, let's just forego this. Let's forego this avenue, forego what the numbers mean, and let's just keep going with what I'm doing. Or you can just pull all of your data, pull all of your content, and let's figure out your own website and do that, and just drop everything there. Well, let's probably just start from scratch. Let's just do whatever it is, just change up the pattern, the formula. Because any suit in the realm of pentacles takes on this like Taurian type of vibe, where the root chakra is the highlight, right? The tangibles, the need for stabilization. So however that means, I'm not interested in mimicking another cookie cutter character of what's acceptable for that, you know, like you have to study for a freaking part to get in, and find some magical way in order to charm. I just no, I'm not interested in that. Okay, and I'm tired of being defensive. So let's go ahead and find another route. So things are happening in my favor. All of these things that are happening in my favor. All right. So signing off. Boop. I shall sign off on that. Whatever that means, comparability. If people are, let's just sign off. Let's move on. Okay. All right. So what does this mean for me? If this is happening in my favor, and now I've signed off, and I haven't sold out, then what does that mean for me? These cards are it. Well, just continue with this self-care. This is talking about doing your spiritual bathy bath, Tina. Continue with your readings. Is this something that I wouldn't ordinarily mention in its like emphasis? Maybe I would casually convey this, but just like be good with your quiet time right now. Make the most out of it in enjoying it. Like, do your very, very best. And there's something about a realm of cleansing here in its ritual form. So that's what I got to do. When was my last spiritual bath? Let's take accountability here. I feel like it was like at least 3 months ago. Spiritual bath. Because I usually do that when I'm around a lot of yucky energy, and or around like full moon arenas. Anyway, Seven of Swords in reverse. This is no lie. There's no scripting. It's deprogramming, in fact. So this is unwinding any binds. So, oh yeah, okay, so absolutely, this means surrender, okay? In the hermit form, this is a kind of like a recluse, but not a reckless recluse. That's what they're saying. So, so unwinding the binds. Oh, yeah, surrender and enjoying it. And therefore, you don't give a shiz about the cookie cutter version of, oh, you know what I was thinking yesterday on wrapping up that last reading? Oh, by the way, the last card is 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, absolutely. Recluse. Again, this is 979. an angel number for me on this, or anyone that actually vibes with this trio. 979 is an angel number. So what I was thinking was, you know, like how when you're putting on your PC face and you're in your colleague arena and they're like, oh, how was your weekend? You know, what did you do? Then you name off all of these things that are supposedly impressive to amplify your, to kind of like upgrade or at least maintain your stature, your reputation within this group. And it's like, it's weird because we program our lives to, you know, even our personal lives to one up the other facets of our lives. Like you've seen this with parents who want to basically upgrade their kids and enhance their in order to enhance their reputation. Like, I've got everything under control, etc. And it's weird because, like, why would you think that anyone that you're telling this stuff to, that you're trying to convince and sway, that they give a shiz about anything that you say when you break it down to its granular sense of, hi, how are you doing? And the automated answer that must be heard, supposedly, is, great, how are you? It's this automated service. Like, people pretend when they call customer service, call a company, and they have an issue, or that it's such a problem to hear an automated recording with that exact verbiage. But that's how it is in real life. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, what do you guys want? What do you want? What do you want from me? Like, nobody's happy this way or that. So I didn't mean to kind of go off in tangents of answering, just entertaining that thought. But truly, like, I feel like sometimes, well, I recognize that I'm smart in just a different arena. Like, I realize that playing the game is self-defeating. At a certain point, it's just a feeling, a vibe, and when asked to describe it, it's just like, isn't it obvious? And so I didn't really come to that realization until yesterday after the reading, that, like, I never felt compelled to like, okay, these are the things that I've done. Like, it's almost like a one-on-one with the world. Okay, so what have you done this far, so that you can tell people and basically buy them or have them sold on you. It's like, no, that's not how I operate. It's okay if you operate that way, but it doesn't work for me. I already see the short-sightedness in those attempts at bonding. So even my ways are how I've conducted myself thus far are in my favor. Even the supposedly bad choices, even the extensions of myself where I should have, like, nipped it in the bud or ended things sooner, or should have altered the way I said that. Nope, that's the reality of the Tina on the inner core. So let's see what also is in my favor that's happening right now, and tell me how. Please elaborate. And what is it? The judges say judgment. What the frick? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And the judges say judgment. So a final decision has been made. I'm interfacing, basically what I just noticed here is almost like the Hierophant figure. Do you see that? I have addressed the fellow realms of justice in its formality and its intimate setting. basically my garden, and just like saying, instead of saying, hey, WTF, it's almost like it's muted down to, hey, what gives? Or down to now, the area of surrender, like, okay, what is it now? Like, what is it? What's the plan now? Okay, I'm willing to go along. Just let me know what it is so that we're on the same page, okay? So, whatever's happening right now, even if it looks like cruddy on the screens and people are not getting their justice in the macrocosmic sense, even when there's double standards and double talk of the yin yang, causing what appears to be causing imbalances is really, you know, the destiny of the world, macrocosmic entirety. So, why would you want to control that, Tina? Yeah, no. This is good because even though I'm being monitored, my realm is safe. And I get the suspicion that, or the feeling that, like my body gives me messages on what kind of energetics are not 100% as they portray themselves. And so ultimately it's safe, my environment. So I'm gonna go with that. Many do not have that luxury. I just saw something on my feed saying something about Florida, like people are getting kicked out, like evictions to move out of their mobile park by June. It's just crazy because for multiple reasons. So I'm doing better than okay right now, for sure. Like, I have the quiet luxuries of, if it's cold, I exercise, okay? At the very, very, very bare minimum, I don't have to put on a coat. I have other options. When you come to that granular level, I can put my, comforter in the dryer and I can cozy up easily. So there's multiple ways in order to resolve a very basic root chakra condition. And that's the way I need to look at things, okay? Yeah. And what I got on the way back from running an errand, like a grocery errand, was, gosh, I forgot. Maybe I'm supposed to keep that to myself. Usually that happens when they don't want me to divulge. So, okay. 4 of Cups, the Lover's card, and Knight of Swords in reverse. Okie dokie. This 4 of Cups isn't as, I would say, how do I say it? This 4 of Cups is more beneficial than its usual state of implications. This is the multiple choice question that is an absolute easy answer. Like, you could walk into a class that you've never taken before, and they're already within the first quarter, within the first semester, right? You walk in, you're just like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and just see how this goes. You take the exam, and it's like you're a natural at this, is what they're saying. You've self-actualized, and you're standing your ground in it. This is a formal move in what your stance is. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Because this is very focused energy. And this is also a very mental card prefixing it. You know, look, she's in her dream state. No cups have fallen. All cups are within proximity. There's 3 cups that are before her that are separate in its offerings, but also within its like it's a grouping, but each cup is independent. So it's still offering like what you're doing in what you find to celebrate is still adequate, is what I'm hearing, is still sufficient. But there's something greater in mind for you. So keep dreaming. They're saying dream on, Aerosmith. Because you still got it. Like, this is the new vibe. Okay, so she's laying rest. Okay, this is as she's traveling, you know, the King of Pentacles we talked about, kind of absorbing that quality time with yourself. And the symbology of you are your own temple, Tina. And so this is a new move for you, a new stance for you. And so it's very focused energy again. So even though this is a cup energy, it's still very much a mental card, and it's the act of decisiveness. So no decision really has been made. This is more about the extension of clarity in the overall picture, your surroundings, because you talked about environment, right? Okay. I like it. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. Yeah. Okay. Let's have... Oh, wait. Did I not open it yet? Is this a new one? Holy smokes. What did I do? I guess I ate a lot of those pumpkin seeds. Holy smokes. Okay. Whatever. I'll eat in a little bit. What time is it? It's been 27 minutes. Okay. So, everything happening is in my favor. Okay. So, sometimes the universe ends up coercing me, not just guiding me, but coercing me within this like long game, playing the long game with me, so that I'm just, how do I say it? So the realm of character building is more authentic. You know, it's different. It hits different when somebody is doing something, let's say, like there's a rubric. Okay, you have to do X amount of community service hours. And some of it has to be at a pet shelter. Some of it has to be at like a homeless shelter. Some of it has to be at, you know, helping the next generation out, like nieces, nephews, whatever. And then some of it has to be, you know, it's so micromanaged in its offerings of what the rubric is to represent as an upstanding individual, to highly commend, you know, like it's that hits different than when life motions you to figure you out into these niches of like morsels of like their flavor. How do I say it? Yeah, pockets of flavor in who you are. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So I wouldn't say this is 100% about character building, but this is a reformatting as well. So what this is basically an acquisition. If you're looking at this in its business sense, this is an acquisition. So with acquisitions, you have a certain reformatting, but like reconditioning, as well as discovering new parts of yourself as well. So that's what that is. Yeah. That's so that's good. Which means that like all of the like, how do I say it? The hardest things to believe in are the things that you can't see in its tangible form. And so when they say like the best things are not easy to come by, or like you can't rush those things. They take time. So it's that intermingled in the same concept. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know. That's they said just leave it there. Okay. There was some, I felt like I wanted to say something more about that, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm willing to let it go. In fact, to kind of like change things up a little bit, we're going to use the Hayworth Tarot, and we're going to grab 3 in here, because I can say I'm the Empress, and I'm going to claim my, you know, my takeaways midpoint, and I can do it in the aftermath as well. Knight of Swords again. Holy crud. That is crazy. Focused energy. So this is maintaining your focus. This is not the staring contest where the first person flinches and then they're out, or the determination of a winner based on not being able to be like inhuman, nor also inhumane, if we're going to veer off into that mischievous end. The extreme part of the mischief. So, but this is maintaining focus. And it's also talking about the monitoring. There's energetics from different decks, different walks of life, that are very much fixed, like watching, waiting, commiserating. Interesting. 10 of Swords. I think some would like to see me flop or fall. Even so much as trying to block my vision, you know, because this is the backside of the 2 of Swords. Yeah, trying to keep me stuck. So there's a 2, and then there's the 8 of Swords trying to keep you stuck, block vision, etc. So, blind spots are a reality for everyone. This is almost a man-made version, almost accentuating that. Interesting. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? Let me tell you this. I found out, I thought, you know, business license or whatever would have cost me like the regular amount, like, I don't know, 70, 100, less than $100, okay? I was like, okay, I can do that. That's fine. Then I come to find out that this realm is considered grouping of fortune telling, which is no issue, whatever, that's fine. If you want to, you know, create like a kitschy niche for it and say it's fortune telling, fine, whatever, it's fine. Tomato, tomato. Then I come to find out, on top of what I've already paid, I have to register myself almost as like, almost like I'm did something bad. You know what I mean? Like, I have to get my fingerprints registered. I have to pay an extra $370 something in order to get my application going for my business license for this particular. I don't know exact. No, I've made calls, and nobody, and I think this is very unique to the city that I live in. That it's become complicated in that. It's like, you know what? If you need more funding for the police department or whatever it is, can you just like create it out of something else rather than, I don't know. I'm trying not to take it personal, but it's like nobody has returned my call on answering the question as to the validity as to why there's extra steps. Why is it that I have to provide my last 5 years of residency or residences, my last 5 years of what jobs, like what my employment, basically my freaking resume, and on top of that, my social security card. Well, that's fine, I guess. But then my fingerprints, like, what have I done? I'm just applying to provide insight and input and get my shiz going. And I don't understand why it's like nobody's fucking answering it. So what, I don't understand it. So I was in my pancake bed, like maybe for like 15 minutes thinking about it, 2 minutes shedding some tears about it, and like thinking, well, I guess that's it. I'll just withdraw, and like I don't have that money right now to be expending just like there's no tomorrow, and I'm just fine, or that I'm going to be fine for the next few months. Like I don't know. Based on the tangibles, okay? So it's just crazy that no one has returned my call except to process it and say that, hey, it's X amount more fees. In the paperwork, it said like approximately $200 more. So I was like, okay, I still want answers for that. But then the next contact that I got bumped it up to 370 and nobody can return my call. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why psychics have to start, like, initiate a possible criminal record with the police department or the city of blah blah in SoCal, like the safest city. Like, why psychics are put under this realm of scrutiny with X amount of money. Like, I don't understand it. So help me understand, my divine panel, why that is. Can you please provide the answers to that? Let's go ahead and just figure out what they say. Seven of Swords. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's just a way to, you know, like, oh, there's finder's fees and there's transactional fees and it has to go through this department and we restructured so then it has to go to this department, not just the city of blah blah, but also the police department. Then it has to go to the mayor. Then it has to go to like all this again, look, the Two of Swords are backed up right there. Right there. There's something unseen in the middle of it all. Okay. So I'm just going to clear my mind here for a second and just, okay, just allow the whatever they need to come through. Because there's 17 here, then that's the 18th. That's manifestation. It's like I do whatever I want to do just because I said so. In fact, any person that I've got on the phone, they're just so like, I'm not sure. I just process it. I just take the payments, you know. You know, I don't know. I can defer that to so-and-so. I can leave a message for them, you know, whatever. Queen of Cups in reverse. You know that. Deep down inside, you know that. Like if I thought within the best case scenario that initially, even before thinking all these things, I thought, okay, well, maybe they realize that psychics are very real and they can make a shit ton of money with what they do. So we might as well upcharge them because that's a pocket that we can dip into. Now, being that this is the title of Everything Happening is in My Favor, let's get a little bit of clarity on that. So that's my first takeaway. What does that mean? King of Pentacles has reappeared upright. So there's definitely a boss energy here. That's also highly intuitive, but they keep it under wraps. In fact, part of the screening process is somebody has to investigate to the validity of my submission, and even after paying approximately what is it, $400 to $500 up front, that there's a possibility of me being declined. And you know what I found out too? I found out that they don't have to refund you the full amount or at all. There's nothing in the terms that say that okay, there's a certain percentage at least with what they provided, that if something gets declined, it doesn't show like Amazon, okay, well, you get full refund after we receive the items, or if it gets declined or whatever. You know, there's no terms that specify that, or like repackaging fee, you get the full amount minus shipping, or full amount minus the shipping and handling fees. There's nothing that, so it's just like, who made this shit up? And let's speak with kindness here, but I feel as if the tables are turned, that's wrong. That's like that's wrong. So let's say, okay, I pay the whatever, the $500, whatever that they're, that I can do that. Let's say I can do that, and I become extremely wealthy. Like, I don't know what to do with this money anymore. There's just so much of it. Do you think that I'm going to invest back into whoever's running this? Do you think that there's any kind of incentive and initiative, like yeah, that there's any kind of incentive in me wanting to give and like give to their causes financially? Like, I don't, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, that's just the logic of it. I just, it doesn't make sense to me. So being that's my first takeaway, I'm just supposed to ride with it, you know? There's karma attached to everything, so I don't know what it is. Like, there's no rubric for that, like to establish, like, if there's investigations, like what criteria they're looking at. They won't even put it in writing as to what, it's all legalese, like jargon, you know? And so on their single sheet of paper, you know, it doesn't, that's just crazy to me. So I think what I might do to if that is dirtier than what I am saying it is, like seeing it to be, then I'll probably just go a different route, you know? Like, if somebody wants to I'll probably just conduct my system in a different way, and I won't have to use, I won't have to pay at all for a business license. I won't have to account for all of that. Everything is just gift money surrounding a certain holiday for me. Like, am I going to have to report funds like taxes for my birthday money, for Christmas money? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm gonna have to do that. So let's just see how this goes. 3 of Cups. So rest assured, Tina, in majority rules, you are very well celebrated. In fact, that idea might be superior. Like, I'm supposed to use my gifts so that I will not be taken advantage of, so that I won't be shat on any further. So there's that. Okay. Okay, so my second takeaway is the Lover's card in reverse. Okay, so I think that there's underground energetics that would make that happen, because let's say I pull back all of my resources. I take all of the stuff, that the content that I've inputted here, and I'm not demonizing this platform, but if I'm supposed to create a realm of being not just self-assured, but more dependent on my offerings, those are all of my inputs. And so, like, I don't, it truly, like, I wonder, what would happen, like, if I just pulled everything back, would that create interest because I'm more of a rarity? Instead of like spacing out my content to like once every 2 weeks or once a week or even once a month, we can't become an extreme rarity. Why not just go like the total opposite side and use my creativity and innovate a, a, a certain arena where I don't have to deal with um, the politics, the flimsy politics surrounding um, any other system. You know, that's so Page of Pentacles. That's something to think about. Okay. Yeah. One more here. King of Cups. So if I go that route, it's definitely supported. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's my third takeaway? Four of Wands. So this is creation of a new establishment. Okay. And Six of Cups in reverse. And you know, it's creating a safer environment, a more private one, so that people, I won't have any copycats, that my my supporters are going to be direct, the ones that are actually materializing in real life, that are doing those things. Like, I don't, it's eliminating those other problems. Yeah, I feel like that. Those potential problems or reoccurring problems. I feel like that. Well, okay. Clarifier for the Six of Cups in reverse. The Devil card. This is very much accelerated, and it's intensified. And Justice in reverse. Okay. So currently there's an injustice. There's, you know, I'm not saying that there's no reciprocity, but everything, we'll just have to see how things go. But in the meantime, I think that's an idea that I need to entertain. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I think that's what's gonna have to, I think things are gonna have to go like that. So I'm not super regulated and I get the proper returns. I feel like that. Okay. So my divine panel, my UFOMOs, cosmic kin. What is your feedback on this portion here? The Tower card in reverse. So it's a matter of follow through. Like, I don't think anybody's saying, "Oh, that's a terrible idea, Tina. That's horrible." This is just like, we recognize that you are angry, that there has been there's an issue here, and you've called for help, or there's something about that, something that was yours was broken, so you're calling to find out who's accountable for this, and It's, again, it's falling down here in reversal. So it's a matter of follow through. That's basically my inbox. Okay. Okay. So while I'm waiting, I might as well entertain that possibility. Prepare for that. I think that's what that is. Yep. 10 of Wands and 5 of Cups. So this is saying goodbye, because it's crazy to me with what type of content out there that is being monetized, that is provided accolades with that level. And this is not my ego speaking. This is more of like, no, I need to speak up. If we're doing a check-in on KPIs and quality, and at a certain point, I'm wasting my breath. And just because something is, these things that are happening, that are in my favor, it doesn't mean that whoever's the perpetrators are, whoever is coming from another party, doesn't mean that they have the direct intentions for the best for me. It doesn't, nor does it say the other, area of it. But I have to do what's best for me, which is, this is having to say goodbye, and it's almost exhausting, the follow through. But in the end, it's a lot of responsibility to, like, it's a lot. It's I wouldn't say it's consuming, because this person is handling it, and they're getting to their home. It's just a lot to have to transition to. It's migrating a lot of data. And this is not to say that I'm ungrateful, but I have to do what's best for me so that I can get some kind of return. Because it's like, at some point, like, I know that there's middlemen in the arena, that there are certain specialists within my field of protection, that are assigned to me, basically, or volunteered in. However, to maximize the return for myself, I have to cut out a lot of middlemen, because I'm not about to micromanage who goes and who stays when I haven't even seen their face. Whenever, like, there's so many unknowns within the middleman energy that I think it's time to take a step up and make the decision of follow through and eliminating some of that, the extras. Queen of Wands in reverse. Hold your, they're saying hold your fire. Usually it's, hold your power to yourself. Oopsie. Usually it's, holding your power to yourself, but this is, they're saying hold fire for a second. Hold your fire. The Hierophant and the Six of Wands. That's crazy. The Hierophant. Okay, this wanted to come up too, but the Six of Wands, like, so you spoke your piece. Okay, hold your fire. You spoke your piece, your piece. And so you did that to basically the people in charge, the lawmakers, whatever judgment. What card of judgment do we see here? Yeah, here. Okay, so the Hierophant right there is coming through again. Okay, you had your little powwow, Tina. You've discussed, and there's victory to be had. And of course, the strength. This is a strong hand, Tina. You've made your points. They are strong. You do have a sharp tongue, but we're not going to ding you for any points, because I think anybody put in the same position with as many inputs, and it's not just the input. It's not standardized inputs where just anybody can do this. These are mine. These are my inputs, which are very unique to the table. And so this is okay. So words are words are words are words. Okay. So on both ends. Okay. Nothing is established until the follow through, which is it's in writing. There's a manifestation of it actually happening on from an exterior source, or I'm going to motion through, just like I said. I'm going to motion through until it happens. And so it's a matter of, okay, you can calm me down as much, you know, you can say calm down as much as you want. And I will calm down. But this isn't going to stifle. I'm not going to allow anything to stifle my progress. Okay, bottom of the deck is King of Cups again, upright. So double time, both decks, they are upright, and I do have absolute support. There are good psychics out there. There are, this, you know, it's like this community King of Cups. This is intuitive that cares about the next generation. This this is the realm of expansion, like being so tapped into intuitive bodies to the level of whether or not somebody would call themselves psychic, or you could refer to them as such. The developments are in investing in our future. So I have that. I have that support. That's Archangel Raphael, and its concept. It's very healing, but it's also Archangel or Jesus Christ energy, King of Cups, the blood of Christ, right? And then this is also Spirit and Cash, like casually making rounds to see the students, you know, how everything is working out. That's good. Top of the deck, no secret to the sauce. 5 of Swords, basically 6 of Wands, regenerated within the upper hand. Yay. Okay. Now my last 3 takeaways for this are 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So it's kind of like crickets out there. It does look barren instead of it being a desert monsoon type of energetic here. This is forestry. They're changing the simulation for me and saying, like, what would Tina do instead of a desert? We already know that the monsoon is coming in, so she's already addressed that. What about if we put her in this scenario, which is like this icy, you know, arena of basically not just out in the trees, out in the, what is it, through the thick of things, but also with winter. So this is kind of like the Hunger Games vibe that I'm getting. It's like, what would Tina do? We have monitoring spirits right here as well to see what she would do. As per usual, she has her earbuds in, but she's also keeping her ears warm and toasty, away from any other energetic, like to combat any other energetic fluff, double talk, frequency that's coming through, that are coming in a secret inaudible form type of thing. Yes, so Archangel Michael is embodied within this energetic. Okay, so even within that arena, still good. Okay, so clarifier for that, just because I'm curious. 8 of Pentacles, you're good at this. Like you're made for this. You are basically a tribute, a living tribute in action. So let's role play. Okay, you got this. Even barefoot, Tina, with your boots in the cold, with like noticing that there's other, you know, energetics. Oh, do I still have the stickers on here? Yeah, I do. That's crazy. I didn't even know. Maybe that's why I was slipping a little bit, slipping and sliding away. Ugh. Okay. Let's get the last part of it. Oop, okay. All right. Something dropped. Okay. All right. So yeah, yeah, with boots or barefoot, you got this, okay? Like backwards and forwards, 5 to 8, 8 to 5, either way you look at it. When you hit the rewind button, however you look at it, Tina, it's you're good. You're good to go. Yeah, so don't sweat it. Okay. Second takeaway, they're just saying feel things out, and you're good at that. Okay. Second takeaway is, my second takeaway is 7 of Cups in reverse. So this is chosen energy. This is, I feel like, okay, so this came up with it. 8 of Wands in reverse. They're not going to say anything more other than a selection has been made. And it's either me or it's an action item choice. Okay, we'll see. Well, you know, there's no point in stressing. Just like follow through and motion along. And if the things come through, these calls or contacts or bumping into like meeting somebody that like there's you know, just leave that open and just, you know, focus on what I'm doing here. What my intentions are. Okay. But just understand that it will be delivered. Okay, they said not to delve in too much into that right now any further. So let's move on to my third takeaway is Ace of Wands. Bibbity bobbity boo. And just like that, it happens. It happens. 3, 6, 7. The 8th wand would be hers, and it's being lit right now. Yep. Get ready, get set, go. 2 of Pentacles. This is mediation. You got all the ingredients, Tina. And it's not all to be stirred in one bowl. There's a process to things. So just enjoy what it is that you're doing. The flexibility will be exercised if other opportunities come up along the way while you're taking care of business, basically. I love it. I love it. All of these things are happening in my favor. So to mitigate any further anger or to alleviate myself from that, because everything really is in my favor, then what is like the solid takeaway for that? Because it really did get me angry about that particular process. Okay, so just know that there are many options, okay? You don't need to be cornered into the illusion that it has to be, that's the make or break deal of my success. And it's also to go further on that, as a learning experience with gratitude, that not everyone is so I had a call. So you don't need to demonize these other energetics. If they have any flavor of that, that means they are demonizing themselves within their own acts, which means that they carry their own judgment. I don't have to do that to say that they're going to get what's coming to them. I don't need to accentuate my angers in order for the situation to be heard. The divine is already observing it, and they know that I'm not okay with it. Yeah, there's no validity. Like if I went to court and I said, look, there's nothing that says the determination of like within these terms. There's nothing that outlines the rationale of this or that in this process. Like that's my own personal audit on that right now. but I don't need to get angry. Like, being an auditor, it puts you closer to the answers. Whereas previous to that, as an EA or whatever you want to call any kind of variation of support figure that I've stepped into, the most angering part of it is not having the answers. Having the expectation to, excuse me, having the expectation to deliver in its superior, exceptional form. And other than the carrot and stick dangled for like the next review to get a possible $50, whatever it is, raise, the upgrade that you get as an auditor is having everything transparent. And so I found myself more angered in a support role without like being cock blocked, basically. Or what I'm hearing is also cunt blocked. Yeah, because in those roles, they kind of pit you up against other energetics too, as a female. So rather than being a pawn in that play, an auditor, like, why would you get upset? You know what I mean? Like, why would you get infuriated? They're saying, like, the echelons that support me, they said, like, it is, like, they're already getting what's coming to them, you know? Let them sit on their own juices. You don't, what is it, like, you don't need to be poisoned by that well, okay? All right, good. I like it. That's what they're saying. What card did I pull out? Holy smokes, where are you? Judgment. The judge is saying judgment. I feel like that's good. Many. Last one. The double card in reverse. Yeah. So I don't need to obsess over this any further. Not it's all done. Okay. All done. We're good. Now I gotta plug this in. Because I had so many interruptions. Oopsie. Frick, how do I do this? Maybe this way? Are you gonna? Of course not. Okay, maybe up there. I think that'll do it. Okay. That works. Okay. I mean, having judgment and then the double card in reverse, like, this is like, you're set free, like you're off on your way. That's what they're saying. Before I even pulled this card, they said, okay, so now it's just a matter of like going through it. So they're just validating that here. I thought that was my own personal thought until I got this card. So again, many routes in which to proceed. Very good. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and abundantly. Appreciate those intentions as well as the creator of those intentions. Those that follow through with them. Thank you. Appreciate it. And hopefully there's no one that took offense to these observations. If not, I would have to say OPP, other people's problems. Or if needed, if clarity is needed, we'll go ahead and establish that. I'm open to that. It's okay. I've been there. Okay. So I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength, from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, and or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, entity, to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for refortification in me, only me, hassle-free, no doubt, and no attachment except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine, with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out and light and love. I close the portals in this reading now.